It's an orange juice.
What's up, everyone? This is OJ. We're back with 3 more decks that have reached 20 wins. This is System's 20th match with Hog Bowler. It's a variant of the first deck that I used against a Pekka control deck. Against beatdown deck, same thing as usual. If they put down a golem in the back, pressure in the opposite lane, that way they're going to expend elixir, take care of all your troops. Then you're going to have the Inferno Dragon to take care of their golem. Then you can support, if they have Ewiz in the front to interrupt your Inferno Dragon, then you have bats or goblins to take care of that Ewiz. Against fast miner control decks, this deck might have a bit more trouble because you have Bowler and Inferno Dragon, which are basically dead cards. They don't really do much. They're not exactly effective at countering a miner too well, unless you can predict the miner and plant the Bowler on top of him. Against other Hog decks, you have the Bowler, Poison, Zap to take out their Hog and everything that's supporting the Hog. Then use that Bowler to counter push with their own Hog. You'll be able to defend every single time against the Hog deck. Against siege decks like Expo, there's not much to be said. You have the Bowler that just destroys their Expo. Don't be afraid to fireball the front of the Expo. They have Mega Minion, Bats, or Goblins trying to protect that Expo. One matchup that's going to be really hard against this deck is if they have the Inferno Tower. The Inferno Tower destroys the Bowler. It destroys the Hog. You're either going to need to chip out the tower with a fireball and just spell cycle them out, or predict their Inferno Tower by planting the Hog and then Bats in the center to tank for that Inferno Tower. So let's check out this match. His opponent goes in with a really aggressive Miner, Bats, and Bandit. He's playing down the Bowler to tank the Miner, damage it out, and to tank the Bandit, zaps the Bats so they can't destroy his. Otherwise, that Bowler would have died and that Bandit would have connected to the tower. Now he's got a Bowler at a quarter of health. He could counter push, but he doesn't have the Bats in rotation just yet. So what he's going to do is he's going to send in the Ice Golem and Hog. Notice how he planted the Ice Golem on the side, so it pushes the Ice Golem all the way up. Hog connects to the tower and gets a second swing before it dies. Pekka coming in, he's got Inferno Dragon, he's banking it up. Doesn't look too bad right now despite there being Ewiz because he has Goblins and he has Bats to take care of that Ewiz. He's using the Fireball to take out the Ewiz, and his opponent planted the Bandit. That was a really bad play. Then he's not going to zap just yet. He's using the Ice Golem to kill the Bats, tank the Bandit and the Pekka, but that Bandit connected. He should have used Zap. He was saving his elixir. He was too stingy on that. Because of those mistakes, he was forced to use the Bowler to tank for his Pekka. Just because he didn't zap, that Bandit dealt so much damage. He hesitated, and you never ever hesitate. This is looking like a really tight match. I think he was 19-2 for this game, and this could decide everything. Ewiz is not going to stop that Inferno Dragon. It hopped in front of the Pekka, but he has an Ice Golem to kite everything, but that Pekka does not kite its way through. He's forced to use the Bowler to tank for the Bandit because he already used this Ice Golem. A bit of a misplay there, but that's okay. Now he's got a really big counter push. That Hog is going to get at least one shot in. No, he zaps, so the Hog gets 2 hits on, and that Inferno Dragon is locked onto that Pekka. The Electro Wizard was played to interrupt him, but there's the Bowler. It's really devastating. It's a really big push right now. Ewiz is still alive. That's really annoying. He's now got to worry about that Bandit behind the Pekka. What I would have done is I would have planted that Ice Golem on top of the Bandit because she didn't need to dash there. And there's so much damage. If that Pekka connects, that is good game for him. But the Pekka just dies. His opponent couldn't zap the Bats in time. Ewiz connects to the tower. He does get the Ice Golem to split the damage. He should have planted the Ice Golem in front of the Ewiz, just a little bit in front to push him up and out of range of the tower. It would have stopped all the damage completely. Now it's a matter of trying to get at least one more Hog hit on the tower, and that is good game. This deck was invented by RomK7. If you guys don't know him yet, he's one of the best players in Israel. So some people have been complaining that my Miner Inferno Dragon deck is a little weak to the Hog, and yes, it is. So here's another variation with a Pekka. The downside to this deck, though, is that it has the Pekka instead of the Inferno Dragon, so you're going to be really weak against Lava Loon. And it's got the Electro Wizard instead of Goblins, so you can afford to tech in the Log instead of Zap. The Pekka is like an Inferno Tower. You never reveal it until they reveal their win condition. Although there are some situations where you do play a Pekka in the back. Let's say you're playing a mirror match, then that's okay. Or you're at a huge elixir lead, like you have a 4+ lead on them, or you just need to defend for the victory with the last 20 seconds. So like I was saying, it's really weak to Lava Loon. You have the Ice Spirit, Electro Wizard, and Poison, and that's about it for your anti-air. Save that Poison for the Minion Hordes and the Lava Pups, Electro Wizard for the Inferno Dragon and the Balloon, and that's about all you can do. And just keep applying pressure with your Miner and Bandit. You never want to play the Pekka on offense. She is the tank killer. She's going to take out the golem, giants, hogs. Hog's always going to get one hit unless you pair it with like a log or an ice spirit. It's totally worth it because Pekka is going to counter push into the other lane. The first guy in our clan to use this deck to win the 20 wins was Royale Master, and he kind of taught Tyree how to use this deck. A really cool combo with this is you can use ice spirit and bats. That's got a 3 elixir push that's not punishable, but they cannot ignore it. Those bats will destroy your tower if that ice spirit is tanking and then freezing their princess tower. So just like all the other decks I've been explaining, if they have a golem or a Pekka in the back, you pressure the other lane really hard. Then after the golem reaches the bridge, you drop the Pekka, destroys the golem. If they have Night Witch, you have the poison to take out the Night Witch behind the golem. If they have something like a baby dragon or Inferno dragon, you've got the E-Wiz to take him out. If you're up against a 3 musketeer deck, you're going to want to put the Pekka on one side, and then you have bats, miner, and the bandit to tank the other side, and then push really hard. With the log bait, you have the log. Never use the log on the princess because you have the miner or poison to take care of the princess and the goblin gang. Always save it for the barrel, and always just keep cycling really fast to get your log back in rotation for the barrel for their next time. So this is kind of a weird match. What we're seeing here is Tyree is true red, so when he shared the replay in the clan, he's actually on the top, and he's the guy that's winning right now. He's got the Pekka, using the poison, value poison, taking out that Night Witch, logs the Night Witch, that makes sure she stays in the poison, kills her and the bats. Now that Pekka on Pekka action, there's no Night Witch to worry about. Using a graveyard to distract Tyree's Pekka. That Mega Minion is just doing work to it. It's gonna break through. That huge push, there's a Bandit, 2 Mega Minions, and a Pekka on the map. But Tyree gets that second tower. 20 seconds left. Doesn't matter if he gets at 1 tower. He's gonna defend as much as he can. Nothing gets through except for that 1 Ice Spirit. 2-0 victory for Tyree for his 20th win. So I want to show you guys the deck that I used to get to 20 wins. Beta Killer used that same thing to get to 20 wins as well. I've had multiple players in the Orange family use it with great success. I've heard a lot of feedback that the log bait is really good against this deck, but I disagree. You've got the goblins, you got bats, you got ice golem. They all take care of the barrel really well. You have the miner and you have poison against princess or the goblin gang. Starting off, his opponent plants the goblin gang in the very back. He's going to use miner to pressure the other side and defend that goblin gang with his goblins. Now what I would have done differently here is I would have planted the goblins on top of the spear goblins. If you watch my goblin gang video, you'll see that that actually is more effective at stopping the goblin gang. The knight stops everything from his miner push. That's not good, so he's going to split his bats there. This is a really good call because now the princess only targeted 1 bat. He uses poison to take out the princess. It's not quite enough. That knight is tanking for the tower. That's not looking too good. He has to use the ice golem to distract the knight. Bandit to take out the barrel, but that barrel did so much damage, but now he's got to prepare for that counter push. There's the ice golem, there's bandits, there's bats, and the miner. A bit of an overcommitment. This could be dangerous, but it's going to pay off. And it does because of that bandit connected to the tower. It's still whacking the tower. Everything goes down. 1500 damage. Only the knight and the princess are alive. He uses the goblins to take out the princess, stops the knight in time, does nothing tanking the goblins, and that ice golem just tanks the entire barrel. His opponent should have used the barrel to surround him, knowing that Beta Killer does not have the log. Again, his opponent playing the goblin gang in the very front, but he has the bandit and the bats to defend against that goblin gang, and he's not going to waste those bats. He's going to counter push with the miner. It's going to tank everything. Bats and the bandit destroy the knight. Princess is not able to stop all the push. Bandit and the bat almost finishes off the tower. This is perfect. 3 health. Poison takes out the princess. This is perfect. The king's tower is not activated. You can plant the miner anywhere. Okay, so his opponent's using rocket goblin barrel. It kind of hides the barrel, but not too effectively. That was a 9 elixir tactic there. Stop by 2 elixir zap. There's a huge elixir advantage right now. Ice golem, bandits, bats, bandit, all on the left side. This is looking really bad. His opponent didn't really pay off with that rocket barrel trick. That princess just destroys everything, so he needed to use the poison to take out the princess. He should have planted the poison a little bit higher to take out the princess tower, princess, and that king tower. Look at that, 500 health in the tower. Look at Beta Killer. He's going to be planting an ice golem in the front of the tower. This denies him from planting a princess with that ice golem in the map. This is trouble. Now his opponent cannot chip away his tower with the princess. No matter what he does, that ice golem is always going to exist there. He's still applying pressure on the left side. Princess is still alive, but he just needs to poison out. 240 is the magic number for taking out the tower. It's going to live with 8 health. He just needs to send in a miner or something small, but he's still not going to let his opponent take out the tower. Log and rocket will not take out the tower. Sends in the miner, finishes it off. Notice how he planted the miner in a different spot this time. You always have to keep switching it up. The knight couldn't predict where the miner was, and that is good game for Beta Killer's 20th win. Congratulations to everyone who's made it so far, and good luck to everyone else who's still in the challenges. I hope these decks are a little useful to you. Pick the deck that you're most comfortable with. And always tech in a new card if the meta shifts. If all of your opponents are log bait, then you're gonna need to use the log. If you're facing a lot of hog users, maybe you need a tornado, maybe you need a bowler, maybe you need a cannon or inferno tower. The meta is always shifting, and it's the skill and flexibility of the decks that are gonna get you there. So there's not much else to it. Good luck to everyone else striving for 20 wins.